Here we go. Welcome and well met, mortals, friends, foes, freaks, vampires, hopeless romantics, sinners, ghosts, witches, and beautiful little bats once again to a very special segment associated with Dancing with the Dark, our Sunday night Gothic and Industrial dance party, which airs every Sunday from 9 p.m. until midnight. Known as Speaking with the Dark, this is in fact our second episode of Speaking with the Dark, so in order to delve deeper into the deviant and hopelessly romantic vibrations, as well as the distinctive sound of the 80s synth pop nostalgia that is very often experienced among the Gothic and Industrial genres, we have a very special guest joining me, Jason Wann, for those of you who don't happen to be in the know. And he is a Portland-based electronic musician, producer, and DJ, known for his work in the synth pop and dance genres. He describes himself humorously as a carbon-based life form, which makes electronic music and bad jokes. And I am just so humbled by the presence of Jason Wann as we delve into the story of how he came into existence. And so I shall start by profusely thanking Mr. Jason Wann for joining me today and kindly asking him first, in your own words, who are you and what it is that you do, and or what it is that you play?
As you said, I'm a carbon-based life form that makes electronic music, but more broadly, I identify as an artist of many stripes, and hopefully what I play are heartstrings, because and I use this lot to do it. I don't really identify as a musician, really, ironically. I make music, but I don't have mastery over an instrument the way musicians do. I couldn't sit down and, play Rachmaninoff or take an acoustic guitar and play, at a campfire. I don't know how to do those things. But I do know how to tell stories with sound and sort of evoke certain feelings, emotions, thoughts, images with words and sounds. So, anyway, long story short, I'm an artist.
Indeed you do, and very, very much so you are an artist. And I believe you had mentioned to me as we were beginning our interview here that this is just one fraction of the amount of instruments that you have here.
Yeah, it's true. I live my life to the best I can in sort of I tend to do things in like sort of if it's not a fuck yes, then it's a fuck no.
Okay.
Sort of way, right? So if you're gonna be a synth nerd, do it. If you're gonna write a love song, write a love song. If you're gonna do, life is short. Go do the thing. Be weird. Do the,
Absolutely. All right. So, and what is your mood of the day? How is life treating you? How has life been treating you as of late?
Despite the hellscape in which we are currently existing, things around me personally are going great. working on some fantastic music. Like, it's sunny in Portland, which is a rare occurrence.
Yes.
I'm alive. I feel very much alive today. Lovely to be here with you and all of you in Radioland.
Let's see. I'm very glad to hear that you're doing wonderful today, and I am as well. I'm absolutely elated to be having the opportunity to interview you. So this is just lovely.
Well, happy to be had.
So as the fates would have it, you have had several irons in the fire, such as your work with Signs and Blood Oyster, meaning that you are continually working on projects, and the most recent of them being Romance. I myself am a hopeless romantic, so of course I love that name, Romance. And you have to tell me who this features, who the singer is, or other musicians, and for this particular project, how did you all meet?
Okay, so let me give you the quick background. So there's, depending on how you want to count it, either 4 or 5 of us, me being the 5th. The vocalists are 2 sisters by the name of Val and Emma, or Valerie sometimes. There's a drummer. I'm a drummer I've known for many, many years, and they are known as Sex Object. Because they are. And then the bassist is just the model. And those 2 were drafted because they brought some technical abilities that I didn't have. And were able to help me fulfill the vision that I had in my head when I started putting this project together. Val and Emma, despite what the bio says, we did not meet at an ABBA trivia night. We met through the magic of the internet.
Very lovely, yes, and it's so nice to be living in a time when we have the magic of the internet. That's beautiful. It's a very interesting story. And about the project name, Romance, why did you choose that name? Are you also a hopeless romantic perhaps, or is there a romantic partner perhaps that you've dedicated this to, or someone special?
The answer to all of those is yes. And so Romance was chosen for, again, a number of reasons. I never do something just like, there always has to be a 7-layer burrito of meaning or something. So it was chosen for a number of reasons. One of them is yes, I'm romantic, but I love romance, right? Romance is ephemeral. Romance is sort of, it's here and it's not. And it's sort of intoxicating, and it's heady and fun. And I just loved that thrill of that buzz, and like trying to write music that evoked or was evocative of that feeling. The other thing is I thought it would be really funny, like, well after I'm gone, somebody somehow, for whatever reason, looks me up. There's a Wikipedia page or whatever, and it's like, known for romance? Oh my god. I just thought it'd be funny.
In that day and age, by the time that you were gone, perhaps. I hope that the world shall never see an era in which we do not know what romance was once like, but it does seem to be going in that direction.
And then the reason I put 2 A's in it, one is it's an homage to my very, very first project when I was a teenager. It also had 2 A's. And secondly, I wanted it to be easy to Google so other stuff wouldn't come up. And I thought it kind of sounded like an 80s perfume, like the joie de vivre sort of that you put on it, like romance.
Oh,
like I wanted it to have a little flowery. Because why not? Who doesn't love a little romance?
Absolutely.
Life is better with
yes, who doesn't love
in
it?
You know? So that's where it came from.
Oh, right. Beautiful. Let's see. Were there other band members that didn't make it into your project, or has it always been were these the members that you originally intended for Romance?
There was sort of a false start, but once. So I had written a few songs, and there's a couple on the album, Dust Among the Stars, that feature a different vocalist. We did 2 songs together, and it just wasn't the same sort of writing experience, because Valerie and Emma write quite a bit of the material, and it was just more fun with those 2. So yeah, this is the short answer.
Okay, let's see. The next question I have for you, I have a bit of a script here in front of me.
Yeah.
And the light is fading, and so I must read quickly. Let's see here. I'd like to take a moment, of course, to talk about the song Touch. Let's see. This is from Romance's new album, Dust Among the Stars. Is that correct? Yes, that is the title.
Correct. Yeah.
I understand this is the first debut single from this debut album by Romance, and I am absolutely enamored and inspired by this song. I feel the modern emergence, but a strong sense of old school nostalgia, 80s synth, and I also feel elements that make this specifically yours, and it's in a way that's fun and catchy and inspiring and inspires people to dance to it, along with the words really seeping into you because they're easy to understand so that you can learn them and sing along with it. And I am just so thrilled to be adding this new song to our playlist. And I really love just the glimmering feeling as this song starts out from the introduction. It just sort of glimmers to life through the synth arpeggiation, and then the drums start to hit and further draw the listener into the lovely vocals. And again, this is 2 vocalists that are singing on this.
Yeah, so they sort of like they sound so similar, but they sort of trade off. It's kind of like an ABBA thing where you're like, I know there's 2 people, but I don't know who's singing what bit.
Their voices are very similar, so I had thought that it was one person, but it's so lovely, and it's just this beautifully fantastic song. So you wrote this song, correct?
I wrote it with Val and Emma. It started with the twinkly bit at the beginning, like that was the very first thing that happened, and the song built from that experimentation. Fun fact for your gothy nerdy listeners, if you're familiar with a little song by Susie and the Banshees called Cities and Dust.
Yes. Very familiar.
You'll remember the intro of that song is like crazy, right? With all the the way the drums are doing that. Then uh, that was done with a thing called the Infernal Box or Infernal Machine, excuse me. And I have lusted after one for many, many years, and I finally got one, and I was playing with it with my favorite synth, the Jupiter 4, and it was running through the Infernal Machine, and it came up with this. I was like, "Holy smokes!" And the song, I wrote the instrumental, and I was like, I had a few sentences, a few words, but I was like, it's all about your touch, your touch, your touch. It's like, it's about that thing when you find that thing or that person or that animal or that, where you're like, this is it. This is the thing I'm supposed to do. This is right. And you stop sort of occupying physical space, and you feel sort of weightless and sort of, and it's about that.
When you use the term "holy smokes," I felt a sense of that when I listened to the song myself as well for the first time. Like I said, there's just something glimmering, shining, glittery. I don't know how else to describe the beautiful synth arpeggiation, but yes, that's a good way of putting it.
I'm a big Vangelis fan. Like I love, like Blade Runner is one of my favorite movies of all time, and like that's why I got into electronic music, and like, and I was chasing that dragon, and I accidentally captured something, and I was smart enough to hit record.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so that was the question. There was just what so with that holy smokes and the song just glittering to life, and the experience of the song feeling so magical. Of course, I wanted to ask you what recording techniques you did discuss a little bit about the recording techniques that you used with the what did you say it was, a magic box or
It's
something?
called the Infernal Machine.
The Infernal Machine,
That's
yes.
literally the name of it. It's like a weird French sampler pitch shifter thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild and unpredictable, but it does a magic thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been used on a bunch of my favorite records, and uh, I love that it's a challenging thing, and like I think it's important to enjoy the process, and I enjoy doing stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why I use so much hardware. Is that clicking a mouse is not super inspiring to me. I like to touch and feel,
You're more
and
of a tactile musician, yes. Are there any other recording techniques that you would like to share, or are those top secret?
uh, I'm happy to share anything with anyone because I think creation is necessary for the human existence. And I'm happy to, because gatekeeping is silly. Like even with the same tools, we're gonna have different ideas because we're different people.
Very true. Mm.
And so, I use primarily vintage stuff, not for any reason other than uh, I like not having presets. I like having to craft the sounds each time because it makes me have to work for it and sort of design it as I want it to be that time. And it also reminds me to record it because if I don't, she's gone.
So we would do the world a great injustice, of course, if we did not listen to this song from Romance Touch in its entirety now. And so we are going to share that with all of you. This is Touch by the group Romance. Again, that was Touch, written by Jason Wann. And again, tell me the names of your collaborators.
So the sisters are Val and Emma, and then the bassist is The Model, and the drummer is Sex Object.
Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful song. And so now tell me about this other song. You are pulling a little bit of an amuse-bouche surprise on me here, where you would like me to listen to a song and record my very first reaction to it. So tell me more about this other song.
So when Touch was written, songs I tend to write sort of in pairs, or songs will have sisters. So if I attack something from one side, I feel like you have to do the exact opposite. You have to have the positive and the negative space. And so Touch was all about sort of connection. And Hurt Like This, which is the song that I'm going to have you listen to, was written at the same time. And it's about disconnection and using the same instruments and similar techniques to evoke sort of a mirror image of Touch. And I thought, since you obviously connected with Touch, you might connect with Hurt Like This. And I just wanted to see sort of, I've never gotten to, do something like this before. So I thought, life's for living. Take the chance. See what happens.
All right.
Maybe it'll go cool. Maybe it won't.
And so I'm going to listen to Hurt Like This by Romance, and then we shall see what is my genuine reaction.
We fell in love. It happened naturally. Drifted apart like you were testing me. Love's not a symphony. Sleep in the cold. Now you're not next to me. With the air flowing, so I can feel the
certain that you must have other special interests and hobbies, and so of course I have to ask you, what do you do when you're not songwriting or involved in creative endeavors?
Nothing. I literally do all of this. I manage, so I have a label called Awesome because I want the records I put out to be awesome. It's also the name of a record, or abbreviated, that I did with one of my other songwriting deals called Signs with Kitty Richardson. We had a record called A Series of Moments, which I believe is what life is. It's a series of moments. So I do that concurrent with Blood Oyster, concurrent with Romance, and other stuff in between. I mean, I have a day job also. I work for a nonprofit where we give free healthcare to underserved communities. So
that's wonderful. That's very sweet. Yes.
But if I'm not DJing or in the studio or doing that, I'm playing with my beloved cat Giorgio, Meow Rotor, because I do make bad jokes.
So yes, speaking of bad jokes, we'll get to that in just a moment. The name of the Sunday night show is Dancing with the Dark, and so of course I have to ask you, what frightens you the most? What is something that you feel is very dark?
The thing that I am scared of most in the entire world is something called locked-in syndrome. There was a book called The Diving Bell and the Butterfly, and there was a movie as well. Long story short, it's a rare thing, but this guy, he was...
I've heard of it, but thank you for sharing the story, because I'm not familiar with the story.
He was I believe it was the editor of Elle in France, and he had like a stroke, and the stroke left him completely paralyzed. Completely. He was lucky in that he could blink one eye.
Goodness.
But everything else was paralyzed, and he was completely wide awake, completely sentient. Couldn't say a word, couldn't move a muscle, but he could blink one eye. And his nurse sat there and counted his blinks, like 2 minutes a word, and this guy wrote a book about what it was like to be trapped in your own body and not being able to express yourself. I think would be the most terrifying. That would be hell on earth for me. My whole existence is about expressing how I feel, or trying to. And that would be being a brain in a jar would be the worst existence I can imagine. It would be, I would pray for death.
Another question that I, of course, have to ask, again, just with the theme of what it is that we are doing here. Is your home haunted?
Okay, it's a complicated answer. So, I do have a skeleton in my living room that is dressed like me, named Ribsy, that just kind of hangs out there. So, he does frighten guests from time to time, because it is weird to see like a 6-foot skeleton just hanging out in a chair wearing the same clothes as the person that inhabits the house. So it's haunted in that way. But my
It would not frighten me, but
my parents
but yes,
did
I can imagine.
My parents did live in a legit haunted house early on in their marriage, and told me stories of it, and I think I would be okay living in a haunted house. I would try to make friends with the spirit.
if possible. Yes, definitely, if possible.
Or like try to figure out like, why are you trapped here? Like, let me help you. Help me help you.
According to your bio, you mentioned about telling bad jokes, and so perhaps to lighten a bit of the dark mood that we've just created, I have to ask you, what is either your favorite joke, or tell us about the most hilarious situation or that you've ever been in or have witnessed?
Most of them are not repeatable for a family audience. But you know when a joke becomes a dad joke?
Okay. When does a joke become a dad joke?
When it's apparent.
Yes, good one. Very, very good one. All right. I'll take it. That I've never heard that before, so that is a very good one. So I know that Romance happens to be just your latest project, but what are your upcoming plans? Are there any plans to perform locally? Are you planning to tour now with this new project?
So performing live is going to be a little bit tricky due to the sisters and their location they're far. The rest of us live within the same place, and so we could do it. But what I'm working on currently is Kitty and I are finishing up the next Signs record, and which is very different in many ways than Romance. So Romance is sort of heart music, Signs is sort of head music, and Blood Oyster is further south. You know, I wanted to have all the chakras. But I am planning, there's a new hybrid live sort of DJ thing that I'm working on. It's called Sex Tape. TM. Because I thought it would be funny if someone Googled me to be like, known for romance and sex tape?
Well, I'm sure there is such thing exists as a romantic sex tape, but
Well, but I meant sort of like, it's just sort of, I just thought it was a funny thing because sex sells, and like it's more like an exploration of Belgian new beat and sort of that kind of thing, but it's just a bit of fun, but it's a little more live improvisational stuff, a little more gothy.
I'm sure it's very interesting and very fun, of course, to dance to. Like that people would get into all of their sexy outfits and go out
it's
dancing
definitely body,
and really,
body
music, just let it all hang out on the dance floor.
Yeah, exactly. All are welcome, kind of stuff.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see here. So that is all wonderful news, and I hope that if you are ever in this area, that we will be able to attend one of your live shows, or if I'm ever that way, of course, I would. Absolutely.
I would love to go. Like, you're in the Coachella Valley, right?
I will be there. I will absolutely.
Promoters or bookers
to be there.
Slide into my DMs. I would love to tour Southern California. So
absolutely,
manifest it.
All right, and we're putting out the energy, of course. Yes. And we're hoping that with this interview and just the other people will be interested in this conversation and become more interested as well, and make that a very, very big to do.
That would be great. I would love it.
Yes, absolutely wonderful. So I feel as though we are coming now to the end of our interview, and just want to again profusely thank you for joining me here today. I hope you don't have to do too much editing now.
No. Truly a pleasure.
What we've done here. This is, in fact, only the second episode of Speaking with the Dark. And so Jason will have to forgive me for using him as somewhat of a guinea pig. This is a new emerging thing that we are doing here, a sort of an experiment, if you will. But again, I would just like to thank you so very much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, this has been Celina with Dancing with the Dark, your ghost host of Dancing with the Dark, now starting this new series called Speaking with the Dark, and I hope that you will join us again for our next episode. And thank you all very much for joining us this evening, and until we see you next time.